Hi, my name's Andy Chapman, and this is the latest in a series of little video clips I'm doing about the coping mechanisms that I use to deal with my cancer diagnosis. So it's not one of those my journeys and whatever. I've used, if you've seen any of the previous videos, I've spoken about sort of exercise, diet, socialising, various bits and pieces. And this is the first clip I've done for quite some time now. And the reason being is my health deteriorated at the beginning of this year, 6 months ago, which kind of it knocked me sideways. It's affected me quite badly. The chemo's no longer working, so I was trialled on a new type of chemo, which resulted in a hospital stay for 11 days. And also an MRI scan showed that I had 4 tumours, 2 of which were on an MRI on my pelvis. And the pelvis area, part of my pelvis has actually disintegrated as well. So, one of the things I spoke about previously is sort of exercising, and it's the one thing I couldn't do for such a long time. So that affected me both physically in terms of putting on weight, and also it's affected me mentally because I wasn't getting out and getting the sunshine and the fresh air and just the sort of endorphins from doing a bit of exercise. So it's taken me a while to sort of get in the right headspace and get back feeling positive, I guess. So I haven't really pre-planned anything of what to say really, but I just wanted to say, I guess what I wanted to say really, let's backtrack. I guess what I wanted to say is through our journeys, whether it's a cancer diagnosis, whether it's any other illness that affects you and affects you being able to do the things you've previously could always do. I think the sort of kind of lesson I've taken from that is I've just had to admit to myself I'm just not the man I was. That's not in a negative way, but I've still got to be positive, I feel, and I think we are going to have bumps in the road, and hopefully we're getting good care. I'm getting brilliant care from my consultants. I'm on a new chemo that's affecting me a bit more than the previous one, so hopefully it means this one's working. But I think what I've taken from this is take time. There's no time limit on this. We're going to have knockbacks. We're going to have periods where we feel a bit flat, a bit low, and just really frustrated, because that's how that describes exactly how I felt for months really. But I've sort of accepted that's my lot. I can't do what I used to do. It's walking about is not as easy as it was, let alone sort of any proper exercise. But that doesn't stop me getting out. I do other things. Went for a sea swim today. Recording this in the middle of summer, in the middle of one of our heat waves. So there's other things I can do. There's other things that are helping me, and I'm doing, the things I spoke about. I'm socialising quite a lot. I had a period where I hunkered down. I didn't really tell people how I was feeling and how the sort of diagnosis and the deterioration in my health. I didn't really speak to too many people about that. I told them about it, and I told them, everything's okay, it's what it is kind of thing, but I didn't really perhaps say my true feelings and how it was really, really affecting me. So I think a lesson for me is, don't be afraid to let your friends and family and the people you see regularly, who you trust, and who will, be there to support you. Don't be afraid to tell them perhaps your true feelings. There's a lot of things going around about mental health. There's lots of stuff online and lots of different people and companies you can use to help with your mental health. But I think the best thing I've found is always to speak to your friends. But I don't always give that little extra that actually, it was tough. But I've come through it, and I think that's the main thing, is this: if you have knockbacks, you know, it's only natural to feel upset, and don't, you know, beat yourself up about that. That is just human nature. And whether it takes, you know, weeks, months, however long to sort of come through the other side, just don't beat yourself up about it. Just go with it. Try and be open and honest to people around you, because you'll get, you know, amazing support. And yeah, I think that's all I've got to say for this little session. I've gone over my 5 minutes, which I normally do. I say, my name's Andy Chapman. I'm diagnosed with multiple myeloma. This is the second time I've had it. I've had it now for coming up to 5.5 years. Been on chemo, weekly chemo. So yeah, that's my situation, and I'm positive about it. Let's just crack on and enjoy life. See you again soon. Cheers.